You don't have too much cortisol, you don't have adrenal fatigue, and you don't need to lower cortisol. So, and by the way, lowering cortisol probably make things worse. Many of you have been told that you have high cortisol because you're having struggles losing weight, you have brain fog, irritability, mood issues, you feel burned out, you can't sleep at night, you're breaking out, you have digestive issues. These are all symptoms of what they say is high cortisol. And the answer somebody tells you as a response is you need to lower cortisol. Cortisol is not the enemy. A broken cortisol rhythm is the problem, okay? So what does that mean? Your brain and adrenals have a communication line. When that communication line becomes dysregulated or broken, typically due to lots of pressure in life, like high stress, over a period of time, poor diet, trauma of some kind, it affects what's called the HPA axis. The HPA axis is actually what's establishing cortisol rhythm. When you have an unhealthy cortisol rhythm, your cortisol stays flat in the morning, it starts to creep up in the afternoon, so you're using a lot of caffeine in the morning to get going, you crash between 2 and 4. After that, you're irritable, ornery, you start getting the munchies and cravings. At night, you get the wired but tired thing where your brain is cranking when your body wants to start slowing down. And then between 2 and 5 a.m. in the morning, your brain turns on when your body wants to be sleeping, so you sleep like crap. Then you start the next day over and you're loading up on caffeine, okay? That's one example of a cortisol rhythm problem. Another one is your cortisol is like shooting up and down all day long. That's another one. And another one that's just flat as hell, and then it spikes at night. These are all rhythm issues. So once again, cortisol is not the problem. The rhythm breakage is the problem. There are a lot of ingredients for mood and stuff like that, all great, but they're not going to help cortisol rhythm. So let me start off with the basic. Foundationally speaking, no product on the planet is going to work well if you do not have enough of your vitamin D, magnesium, B12, folate, iron. Most women are deficient in iron. The data was wrong. It's not 1 in 3. Hell, I can argue easily it's up to 78% of women have a suboptimal level of iron. So nutrients, micronutrients are going to determine a lot, but that's still not going to correct a cortisol rhythm problem. I love GABA. L-theanine is amazing. Ashwagandha, holy basil, lemon, all those are great. But once again, they're not going to address. You can use them. You can take them. They're great, by the way. It's just they're not going to correct the cortisol rhythm like you need. There is one ingredient that does this. It's called saffron. It has been used for centuries. It's been used for centuries in the Middle East, India, and Asia. It has been used for everything from PMS and menopausal type issues all the way to sleep, mood, and dealing with stress. That's what it's been used for forever. We love saffron. The version that we like the most is called saffron-side saffron. Why? Tons of clinical studies on it, which we really like that. So in theory, you would have really good, like gold standard clinical studies, and then you'd use the right dose to match those studies. That's important. And then number 2, it has up to 10 times more safranol in it than on other forms of saffron, which means the bioactive in it, or the active in it that makes people notice something, it has up to 10 times more of that than other forms of saffron, which we like, okay? So the saffron side has what I call 2 speeds. The first speed is the immediate thing, and this helps you stay in rest and digest instead of moving into fight or flight, just to make it simple, right? So it helps you stay calmer, it helps you cope with stress, it helps you with your mood, okay? The second speed is an accumulative effect that improves things over 6 to 8 weeks. Here are some examples. It helps you hold your serotonin and keep your serotonin longer. You may not know this, but one of the biggest problems with stress spikes and cortisol spikes is that literally your brain evacuates. It like literally evacuates all your serotonin. And when you don't have any serotonin left, that's going to significantly improve mood. The saffron side helps you hold your serotonin longer. 2, it actually helps clinically studied to help improve HPA axis function, which in turn has been clinically studied and proved to help with your cortisol rhythm. So it reestablishes what you really need, which isn't to lower cortisol, but to establish a healthy cortisol rhythm. It's going to help support neurotransmitter balance. You have serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. You have all these neurotransmitters, and they have signals. So you want to restore healthy signaling. Does that make sense? So it's going to do that. It helps the gut-brain axis. It helps the nervous system. It's got and it's a gut health product, okay? So here are the keys to using saffron side correctly. 1, mild issues, 1 capsule. Big issues, 2 capsules a day, either 1 in the morning and 1 at night, or 2 at night. The other thing is you have to take it long enough, 6 to 8 weeks. Remember, an accumulative effect, okay? And the third thing is you always, to make any mood supplement on the planet Earth work, you have to have a foundation of the right micronutrients at optimal levels to make anything work. Medication or any mood supplement, okay? So comment stress below. We will send you all the data. You will not get bombed with all the marketing stuff and spam stuff. We won't send that. We'll just send you the information. We'll give you the tips to how to use the stress complex correctly. One, does it work? Hell yes. You do have to use the right dose for your situation over the right amount of time, and I'm begging you, make sure your nutrients are all in the right spot, because that'll affect how any product works best, okay? Comment stress below. Once again, everything you need, nothing you don't need, okay? Bye.